Okay everybody, welcome to another stove today. This one isn't a vintage one, it's a brand new one. I got it in some sales recently. I have a lot of Firemaple stoves and pots, etc. And this is my only Firemaple alcohol camping stove. It's called the Volcano. Now we just have a look at what they're saying. It says a highly increased output via new preheat structure, an adjustable flame. It's made of stainless steel, aluminium alloy and copper, and it has a claimed weight of 226 grams and an alcohol capacity of 100 milliliters. It does have a warning not to fill more than 100 mils of alcohol into the fuel reservoir. And if we have a look here, you can see some of the diagrams. We have an interesting flame regulator, a very interesting burner, the pot stand, and you also get a little measuring cup as well. So here we have 100 mils, which is quite a lot. The stove itself in a branded bag. And Firemaple, your mobile kitchen instruction manual. Now, I tend not to use these things, but I suppose we better have a look. And it's basically the same information as before. Do not use in an enclosed space such as a tent, vehicle or home. Do not use if it's deformed. Use it on horizontal ground. Do not exceed the max fill line in the preheat fuel reservoir. No more than 100 mils into the reservoir. So a lot of do nots. The actual how to use is over here, so blah blah blah, we put it all in, we put a little bit into the preheat, fire that up, and then away we go. So let's have a look. If you have a look there, you'll see there's no actual way of storing the fuel in the burner, so you have to add it in. So first of all we have to add it into the actual reservoir, then we add some into a preheater bowl, and then we can fire it up. So I presume that this is a bit like the Svea military stoves that have a tiny little cup round about the side to preheat. Will I have to preheat today? It's currently 28 degrees Celsius. Probably not. Now you can see it's an extending bag, which is probably you can put a pot in there. It's not the easiest thing to get out though, or maybe that's just me, folks. Okay. So there we have a pot stand. If we just put that over there. Now, will it take a small Firemaple pot? Not really. So we're talking 600, 700 mil titanium, etc. will not fit. The larger of the G series Firemaple pots will fit quite securely. And let's just see if a smaller aluminium type pot will fit. This one is a 750, so it's be similar to a titanium. No, it will go inside. So you're talking 1 litre pots basically for this. Of course, I've already had a look, and this will not fit into the smaller Firemaple or a 750ml pot anyway inside. But I don't know whether I would want to be keeping it inside a pot, because I'll show you the burner in a minute. Okay, burner came with this handy rubber strap. As I said before, there's no way of sealing this off, as you have these burner holes round the side, and you also have this central well. It reminds me, if anybody's seen it, of my medical stove that I have with the large central pipe chimney on it, or maybe more so the Optimus Trapper stove. It fits inside. It's a bit slippy. It does have supposedly some corresponding cutouts, but they don't match up. Now, the simmer ring is also the snuffer. And this, I presume this is extending. Let's have a look. Does this extend? Yes, it does. That fits on the top. You can have it for simmering, or you can snuff it out. I can also already see that this is a bit slippery inside. As you can see, there's 4 indentations in there. 3 indentations, sorry, and 3 on the base. But they don't really line up, because this raises up, and this just sits on top. It would have probably been better if that had been stamped, or there was no stamping, and then you could just fit it in and it would just sit, and it would be a bit more stable. Right. So they say maximum of 300 mils, or 100 mils, sorry. I don't know if we want to put in all of that. Let's have a look. This valve seems to be playing up a little bit. What we'll do, $50 into the central well, according to the instructions, and a little bit round the side, and move this to the side so I don't burn the camera. We'll add 300 mils of water to this pot. Light the touchstone and stand well back. Now, I'll just get back to the instructions on this, because they're just saying to light it. So I presume that we light the preheater first. It's a bit, instructions aren't that clear. Okay. So we'll let that preheat it. Now there is a bit of a draft, as you can see, as we're trying to keep the heat down, and we've got everything open to get a through flow of air. People in other countries might find it funny, but we're not used to this sort of heat. So we've filled it up, we've lit it, and so, oh, right. 1 to 2 minutes it says to preheat. And once it's preheated, it's ready for cooking. That's the simmering. Okay. The alcohol's boiling away in there. Right, we'll just put this on and see how long it takes to boil up 300 mils of water. And this is a heat exchanger pot, but it is Firemaple brand, so it would maybe be quite good with this cook set. When the wind blows, it does bring it right out on the side, which is a bit disconcerting actually. And of course we've got that new stove smell as well. I think we'll just have this ready as a snuffer more than anything else. If I just take this off, you'll be able to see the effect of the flames that out of each of the pots. I can see why they call it the volcano. That's 3 minutes. I don't know whether the sound is the water boiling in the pot. Yep, it's boiling. Right, folks, if you can, I'll just move this over a bit under the camera. And we'll see if we can just zoom in. Can you see? Just in there. The popping noise is the alcohol. Yeah, the alcohol is bubbling away and making that popping noise. It did snuff out quickly enough. It is powerful. 3 minutes and it boiled up the 300 mils of water. Yeah, it's also makes it quite difficult to grab the pot handles as it goes up over the side. Yeah, interesting stove. What do you think? Would you want to use it? Do you think it's safe? I wasn't scared of an explosion as such, but I just found it very disconcerting as it got so hot. You could probably maybe do it without using the preheater. I wonder if it would... Right, so that's it preheated. So I probably overfilled the well a bit too much in the preheater. But it's gone out. So it does need the preheating. Okay, we'll just snuff it out. Now, what do I think? Very fast. For an alcohol stove, it boiled up 300 mils in 3 minutes. If we saw the Esbit stove last week, it was 8 minutes. A Trangia on a good day will be 6 to 8 minutes. So it's fast. Which, if you like having your water pretty fast, then that's good. It'll take 100 mils. It still has a lot of alcohol still in its system. The snuffer works a treat. It works fine. I'm quite sure it would be very good as a simmer ring as well. When we, as you can see, we can open it up and change it. It folds down. So that side of it's very good. It gets very hot. As we saw, the alcohol was boiling. It got to boiling point. I thought it was very strange. The water was making the popping noises, but this was that. It moves around inside its pot holder, which is not ideal if you don't have a very, very stable and level surface. These larger pots, they fit on fine, they'll hold on. Smaller pots would be right on top of the flame. It's not ideal. It would probably snuff it out. The main downside, of course, with this one is there's no way of transporting the fuel inside the burner, so you have to wait until it cools down and transfer it back into the bottle. It says that there is a fill mark. I can see an indentation. I presume that is as far as you can fill it. We did not use 100 mils at all, and it was like a rocket. It has a small window in the side for lighting purposes, but as you saw, I just lit it from the top and it was fine. Any other upsides or downsides? Grabbing the pot on a breezy day was not ideal, as the flames were coming through the sides and up round the top of the pot. I wasn't that happy with that. It will fit inside the larger Firemaple pot. It will not fit inside the smaller or a 750mm titanium, but that's okay because they won't fit on the top. The weight at 268 grams is passable. You got a windshield, quite a ferocious burner. It boils water up quickly, but you'd have to make sure it was in a polythene bag just to keep any dregs of fuel away from your cooking gear, just to keep the taste off it. Some people don't mind. So, well, I don't know. What do you think? I bought it because it's a bit of an oddity. I don't know whether I would trust it or whether I would trust myself out with it. It needs care. I feel safer with a pressurized benzene stove or white gas stove than I do with one of these, and that's saying something. I think in an ideal situation, maybe in a bothy or something, it'd be great. Cooking wise, yeah, I think the simmer ring would work very well. No flames come out of the central chimney. They do come from round the side, and they give a sort of spiral effect. It is very powerful though. How much fuel do I think it will use? Well, I put in about 60 grams there and it brought it to the boil. It would have kept cooking, I'm quite sure of it. I think fuel-wise it's probably quite good. Do you think it's safe? Would you like to use it? Was it a waste of money? Let me know in the comments. And if you liked what you saw, like and subscribe. And next week, I'll bring you something similar but a bit different. Bye bye for now, everyone. See you later. Bye bye.